You know that feeling?
Which one?
When someone asks you a simple question. A very simple question.
Okay.
They say, "So, tell me about yourself. What are you good at?"
Oh no.
And suddenly, nothing. Your mind goes completely blank.
Yes.
You know yourself. You've lived with yourself your whole life. 20, 30, 40 years with this person.
And yet,
you have no answer.
I literally froze in a job interview once. They asked, "What is your greatest strength?" And I said,
What did you say?
I said, "I am a hard worker."
John, everyone says that.
I know. It was the only thing my brain could find. 28 years of living, and all I had was hard worker.
And here's the strange thing. Ask someone their weakness?
Oh, that list comes immediately.
Immediately. Full list. Very detailed. No hesitation.
Why do we know our weaknesses faster than our strengths?
That is exactly what we are talking about today. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable, the podcast where we help you speak English naturally and confidently through real, honest conversations.
I'm John.
And I'm Maria. So happy you're here with us today.
This episode is for B1 to B2 learners, intermediate to upper intermediate level English.
How are you feeling today, John?
Honestly, I feel a little exposed. Because this topic, knowing yourself, it makes you look inward, and that's not always comfortable.
I feel the same, but also excited. Because this conversation, I think it will stay with you.
Before we start, thank you. Really, thank you for choosing to learn English with us today. You could be doing anything right now. But you chose this. You chose to grow.
And that already tells us something about you.
Let's go.
Okay, let me ask you something honest. Do you really know yourself?
I thought I did. Until someone asked me.
Right. Because there's a difference between living with yourself and actually knowing yourself.
What do you mean?
You spend every second with yourself. Every single moment of every day, you are there.
Can't escape yourself.
Can't escape. But knowing yourself, that's different. That means understanding why you do the things you do. Why certain situations make you nervous. Why certain people drain your energy. Why you're good at some things and struggle with others.
And most people have never really asked themselves these questions.
Because nobody teaches you. In school, you learn maths. You learn history. You learn science.
Nobody sits you down and says, "Okay, today we are going to learn about you."
And then one day, you're in a job interview, or a difficult relationship, or a moment of big decision. And someone asks, "Who are you? What do you want? What are you good at?"
And you realize you don't have a clear answer.
And that feeling, that's what today is about.
We're going to talk about strengths, weaknesses, personality, and the English words to describe all of it.
Maybe this is you right now. Maybe someone asked you about yourself recently, and you didn't know what to say.
Or maybe you've never even asked yourself these questions.
Today is a good day to start.
Okay, let's start with strengths. And Maria, I want to ask you something directly.
Okay,
Right now. No preparation. What is one of your strengths?
oh,
C. You hesitated.
I did. And I know this topic. I prepared for this episode. And I still hesitated.
Why do you think that is?
Because talking about your strengths feels uncomfortable. It feels like you're showing off.
And this word, showing off, means trying to impress people by talking about how good you are, in a proud, uncomfortable way.
And nobody wants to seem like they're showing off.
So we stay quiet about our strengths, even to ourselves.
But here's the thing. There is a big difference between showing off and simply knowing your strengths.
Say more.
Showing off is, I am better than you. Knowing your strengths is, I understand what I'm good at, so I can use it.
One is about ego. One is about self-awareness.
Yes, and self-awareness, this is today's most important phrase. Self-awareness means understanding your own feelings, thoughts, reactions, and abilities.
And people with strong self-awareness, they know their strengths. They use them. They don't apologize for them.
Let me give you a simple example. Imagine your friend always calls you when they have a problem. Always. Not just sometimes, always.
Okay,
Why do they call you specifically?
because I'm good at listening, or giving calm advice, or not panicking when things go wrong.
Exactly. That is your strength. You didn't need a test to find it. Life already showed you.
And that word, to identify. Identify your strengths means to find them, name them, recognize them.
So here is a simple way to identify your strengths. Think about these 3 questions. 1.
2. What comes easily to you that seems hard for others?
3. What could you do for hours without getting bored?
Your answers to those 3 questions, that's where your strengths live.
And here is a sentence to practice. Say, one of my strengths is...
One of my strengths is staying calm when things go wrong.
One of my strengths is explaining complicated things in a simple way.
Try it. Fill in the blank. Your brain will find the answer. Give it a moment.
Maybe you know this feeling too. Someone thanks you for something, and you say, "Oh, that was nothing."
But it wasn't nothing.
It was your strength. Stop calling it nothing.
Okay. Weaknesses. And I have to be honest here.
Please.
I am terrible at asking for help.
Really?
I will struggle with something for 3 hours. By myself. Getting more and more frustrated. Before I will ask one person one simple question.
Why?
Because asking for help feels like admitting I can't do it. Like I'm not capable.
And capable means having the ability to do something well.
Yes. So I suffer in silence. For 3 hours. To protect my ego.
And is that helpful?
Absolutely not. It wastes time. It creates stress. And usually the person I finally ask solves it in 5 minutes.
So your weakness, not asking for help, was actually hurting you.
Every day.
And this is the problem with hiding weaknesses. We think hiding them protects us, but actually, hiding them keeps us stuck.
Because you can't fix something you won't look at.
Exactly. And this word, acknowledge. To acknowledge your weakness means to accept that it exists, to look at it honestly.
Not to be ashamed of it. Just to see it clearly.
Here is a simple example. Imagine it's Monday morning. Your boss asks you to give a presentation by Friday. And you know, organizing your thoughts quickly, that is your weakness.
What do most people do?
They panic. Or they avoid thinking about it. Or they try to do everything at the last minute.
And then the presentation is not good. And they think, I'm just not smart enough.
But that's not true. The presentation was weak because of one specific weakness, organizing thoughts quickly. Not because of intelligence.
So if you know this weakness, what do you do differently?
You start early. You ask for an outline. You give yourself more time.
Knowing the weakness gives you the solution.
Knowing your weakness is not weakness. It is strategy.
Strategy means a smart plan to reach a goal.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You keep making the same mistake again and again. And you wonder, why does this keep happening?
Look at the pattern. The answer is usually a weakness you haven't named yet.
Name it. And it loses its power over you. Okay. My favorite part. Personality.
Why is this your favorite?
Because personality explains so much. So many arguments, so many misunderstandings, so many moments where you thought, why am I so different from this person?
Give us an example.
Okay, are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm an extrovert. Absolutely.
And I am absolutely an introvert.
And let's explain these words simply. An introvert gets energy from being alone, quiet time, thinking, reading, being inside.
And after being around many people for a long time, an introvert feels tired, drained.
Drained means your energy is completely used up, like a phone battery at 0%.
Yes, after a big party, I need a whole day alone to recover.
And I am the opposite. After a party, I want another party. I feel alive around people. I get energy from conversation, from noise, from connection.
And put me alone for too many hours?
Oh, I go strange. I start talking to my plants.
Ha! And neither of us is wrong.
Neither is better.
They are just different. And knowing which one you are, it explains so much about your life.
Why certain jobs feel right. Why certain friendships feel easy. Why certain situations drain you.
Another important personality question. Are you a thinker or a feeler?
Explain.
A thinker makes decisions with logic, facts, data. What makes sense on paper?
And a feeler?
A feeler makes decisions based on emotions, relationships, how something feels, how it will affect the people around them.
I am a feeler. When I have a big decision, the first thing I ask is, how will this affect the people I love?
And I am more of a thinker. I make a list. I look at the facts. I make the logical choice.
And sometimes you drive me crazy because of that.
And sometimes you drive Emmy crazy because of that.
But we work well together because of it.
Exactly. And this word, complement. When two different things work together and make each other better, they complement each other.
Thinkers and feelers, they complement each other beautifully.
Here is a simple example. Imagine you are offered a new job, more money, but in a different city, far from family.
A thinker looks at the salary, the career growth, the opportunity.
A feeler thinks, I will miss my family. My relationships will change. Is the money worth the loneliness?
Both perspectives are valuable.
Valuable means important and useful.
And the best decisions, they use both. A little thinking and a little feeling.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You made a decision that looked perfect on paper, but felt completely wrong inside.
That was your feeler talking.
Or maybe you stayed in something that felt comfortable, but logically you knew it was wrong.
That was your thinker being ignored.
Know which one you are, and listen to both.
Okay, practical time. How do you actually rate yourself? Honestly?
Because This is hard. Most people either think too highly of themselves or too little.
Too highly means you think you're better than you are. Too little means you don't give yourself enough credit.
And most people, especially people who overthink, fall into the too little category.
Yes, they are harder on themselves than they would ever be on a friend.
Okay, so here is a simple exercise. Imagine your best friend, someone you love and trust.
Okay,
Now, describe them. Their strengths, their weaknesses, their personality.
I can do that easily.
Of course, because you see them clearly. With kindness, and honesty.
You don't exaggerate their strengths, but you also don't focus only on their flaws.
Flaws means weaknesses or imperfections.
You see the whole person. Fairly.
Now, do the same for yourself. Describe yourself the same way you described your friend.
With the same kindness.
With the same honesty.
Not harsher. Not softer. The same.
And here is a simple rating system you can use. For each strength or weakness, ask yourself 2 questions.
Question 1. How often does this show up in my life?
Question 2. How strongly does it affect me or others?
If something shows up often and strongly, it is a major strength or weakness. Worth paying attention to.
If it shows up rarely and weakly, it is minor. Not worth too much energy.
Simple, honest, useful.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You've been told you have a weakness, and you believed it completely, without checking if it was actually true.
Or you've been told you're great at something, and you dismissed it, without checking if it was actually true.
Both deserve a second look.
Can I say something that took me a long time to understand?
Please.
Knowing yourself. It's not a destination. It's not something you finish one day and say done. I know myself now.
It's a practice.
It's a practice. Every day, you learn something new. Every difficult situation, it shows you something about yourself you didn't know before.
I discovered one of my biggest strengths at age 32. 32. I had lived with myself for 32 years and missed it completely.
What was it?
I discovered I was very good at staying calm in a crisis. When everything is falling apart, I get quiet. I get focused. I get clear.
That is a beautiful strength.
I always thought it was a weakness. I thought, why don't I react like other people? Why don't I cry or panic?
You thought calm was wrong.
I thought calm was cold. But it wasn't. It was strength. I just needed the right situation to show me.
And that's the thing about self-knowledge. Life keeps teaching you. If you pay attention
to your reactions. Pay attention to what energizes you and what drains you. Pay attention to what you avoid and what you run towards.
the answers to who you are, they're already in your daily life.
You just have to look.
Remember this sentence. You are not a finished person. You are a person in progress. And that is something to be proud of.
Say it again.
You are not a finished person. You are a person in progress. And that is something to be proud of.
Okay, everyone, let's slow down now. Word tour time.
Key words from today. Say them with us.
Word 1. Self-awareness. This means understanding your own feelings, thoughts, reactions, and abilities. Example 1. Self-awareness is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. Example 2. He had strong self-awareness. He always knew when he was getting frustrated before it showed.
Self-awareness is the foundation of everything we talked about today. Without it, Strengths stay hidden and weaknesses stay unfixed.
Word 2. Identify. This means to find, recognize, and name something clearly. Example 1. She identified her main strength as her ability to listen. Example 2. The first step is to identify the problem. Then you can solve it.
You can't use a strength you haven't identified. You can't fix a weakness you haven't named.
Word 3. Acknowledge. This means to accept that something is true, even if it is uncomfortable. Example 1. He finally acknowledged that he needed help. Example 2. Acknowledging your weakness is the first step to improving it.
Acknowledging is not the same as giving up. It's the opposite. It's the beginning.
Word 4. Capable. This means having the ability and skill to do something well. Example 1. She is more capable than she gives herself credit for. Example 2. You are capable of more than you think.
I say this to myself on hard days. You are capable. Keep going.
Word 5. Compliment. This means two different things that work together and make each other better. Example 1. Their personalities complement each other perfectly. Example 2. Thinking and feeling complement each other. You need both.
Find people who complement you, not people who are exactly like you.
Word 6. Drained. This means your energy is completely used up. Nothing left. Example 1. After 3 hours of meetings, she felt completely drained. Example 2. Spending time with negative people always leaves me drained.
Pay attention to what drains you. That's important information about yourself.
Word 7. Flaws. This means weaknesses or imperfections, things that are not perfect. Example 1. He accepted his flaws and worked on them slowly. Example 2. Nobody is without flaws, but self-aware people know theirs.
Flaws are not the end of the story. They are part of it.
Word 8. Valuable. This means important, useful, and worth a lot. Example 1. Your experience is valuable. Don't underestimate it. Example 2. Self-knowledge is one of the most valuable things you can develop.
And you are valuable. Strengths, weaknesses, personality, and all. Okay, one simple thing to do today.
Take 10 minutes. Find a quiet place. And do this exercise.
Write down 3 things. Number 1, one strength you have. Just one. Think about what people come to you for. What comes naturally to you?
Number 2, one weakness you want to work on. Not to punish yourself, just to acknowledge it, to see it clearly.
Number 3, one word that describes your personality. Just one word.
And here is your sentence template. Practice saying this out loud.
One of my strengths is underscore underscore. I am working on my weakness of underscore. And one word that describes my personality is underscore. Underscore.
For example, one of my strengths is listening carefully. I am working on my weakness of asking for help. And one word that describes my personality is thoughtful.
Say it. In English. Out loud. Even if it feels strange.
Especially if it feels strange.
Because that strangeness, that's just you getting to know yourself. Maybe for the first time. Okay. Comment challenge time.
This week's question.
Tell us one strength and one weakness. Just one of each. In English.
Write it below. Start with, one of my strengths is, and one thing I'm working on is.
We read every comment. Every single one. And we love seeing your answers.
Because when you write it down, it becomes real. And real is where growth begins.
If this episode helped you, please give it a like. It really helps other learners find us.
And subscribe to Speak Unstoppable if you haven't yet. New episodes every day, real conversations, real English, real life.
Thank you for being here today.
You showed up for yourself today. You asked the hard questions.
That takes courage, more than most people realize.
Until next time, keep looking inward.
Keep growing.
And remember, you are already more than enough.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!